Hey guys, it's Monday and I forgot my lunch, so I'm making a video instead. So there are a lot of running form videos, and I would know because I've basically watched every single one of them. Even I've made 2 or 3 videos on running form in the past too. And from all the work that I've done on myself, trying to improve my own running form, and also as a physiotherapist working on other people's running form, I actually believe that you can fix your running form in like 5 minutes or 6 minutes. It depends how long it takes me to edit this video. Like, you can get world-class running form in literally 5 or 6 minutes. Because here's the thing, there's 100 different things that you could focus on when trying to fix your running form. But I think that 80% of people are gonna get the biggest bang from their buck from these next 3 tips that I've found to be, whoa, fuck, there's a bee nest there. Yuck. Anyways, like I was saying, so I think you can get 80% of the way to elite running form with a few simple and easy fundamentals that any runner will benefit from trying to master. And the remaining 20%, I don't really honestly worry about, because for me, close enough is good enough. Especially for a 5-minute video, that's for sure. But if you've done all 3 of these tips I'm about to share with you and your form is still a little bit whacked, then let me know in the comments below and we will figure it out together. Also, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below as well, because in the next episode of this series that I'm making, I'm gonna do a Q&A. So let's get into it. Now, step number 1, and probably the most important and the most beneficial, is cranking that cadence up between 175 and 190 steps per minute. A higher cadence actually reduces the likelihood of you overstriding, which is a massive problem with running, and also what can cause lots of issues. We want to take faster, shorter steps and make sure that we're not loading our leg up in a really weird way. Now, a higher cadence also helps to address ground contact time, because when we take longer, slower steps, we tend to spend much more time on the ground. The least amount of time that we can spend on the ground, the faster that we're gonna be able to run. So taking shorter, faster steps more frequently is gonna really help us to keep that speed up. Okay, cool, step 1 is done. Now let's have a think. If we are shortening our stride, we have to find another mechanism to actually be able to lengthen that stride without actually overstriding and putting ourselves in harm's way. And the way that we do that is by lifting our heel. This angle here is what we call a shin angle. We want to have this shin angle either parallel to the floor or above, depending on our running speed. When we get this foot up and out of the way, we can actually lengthen our stride just like elite athletes. Absolutely epic. This one can be a massive issue for a lot of people, especially people that sit around all day working or sitting in a car or whatever it ends up being, or watching TV, or playing video games. Because when we sit all day, we actually lose the mobility in our hip flexors to actually allow us to get into this heel lift position. Now, this could be a technique issue in your running form, or it could actually be your mobility. So if it is your mobility and you think it is, I'll probably have to make another video after this one, but we'll get to that eventually. Now, this last step is an absolute pet peeve of mine, and it's watching people bounce up and down like bunny rabbits when they're running. It drives me absolutely nuts. Basic physics lesson: if we just go up, we're not actually going to be able to go long. Because when you press off the ground, if your direction of force is straight up like this, you're going to go high but not actually go long, and it's the amplitude of our steps that really gives us that speed. So we want to be at a 45-degree angle when we push off with our hip extension, so that we're maximizing our amplitude of our step. Now, the thing is, you don't actually have to think about this when you're running. All you have to do is one simple thing: lean forward. When you lean forward, you fall into the next step, and this usually puts you at a better angle where you can push off at that 45-degree angle and not waste your time bouncing up and down like an idiot. Now, like I said, there are 100 different things that could contribute to your bad running form or an inefficient running form, but I find that, like I said, 80% of issues get resolved by focusing on these 3 different tips. And my lunch break doesn't go for 4 hours, it goes for half an hour. So I need to get back to work. See ya.